Okay, we'll start with the cake part. It just couldn't be easier. In my bowl, I have 2 cups of regular all-purpose flour, and I need 2 cups of sugar. This is a half cup measure, so I need 4 of these. And then I need 2 teaspoons of baking soda and a pinch of salt. We'll just kind of combine that a little bit. Don't really need to, but then we need 1 can of fruit cocktail. I'm using the fruit cocktail that's in juice. You don't want to drain it. You want to put the whole thing in there. And it doesn't matter if you use the syrup or the juice, whichever one you like. Oops, I spilled it. 2 eggs. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Let me close that up before I spill it. And then we just need to mix this in real good. Make sure you got all the dry flour mixed in. And then, hold on, let me wipe this egg up that I spilled. Make sure that I have all that down there. We have a 9x13 pan that I sprayed, and I used Baker's Joy. Let me show you. If you're not familiar with Baker's Joy, let me show you. It is cooking spray with flour in it. That way you don't have to grease and flour your pan. If I'm doing bacon, I like to use this. Okay, we'll just spread that around. This will bake at 350 for about 35 minutes or until the cake will test done. If you put your toothpick in, comes out clean. So I'll be back and we will work on I'm not going to work on the topping until the cake is done. But that's what we'll work on next. The cake is just about ready, so I want to go ahead and start the topping. You need 1 stick of butter. Let's see, let's put in our evaporated milk. The recipe calls for a small can, but I don't have a small can. Just not sweetened condensed milk, just regular evaporated milk. That's 2/3 cup if you just have the big can. 1 cup of sugar. And then the recipe is old in that it calls for a can of coconut. Y'all remember when Angel Flake made coconut in the can? Well, I just have this 7-ounce bag, and that's what I'm going to use. Now we just need to bring this up to the boil and then turn it on low and cook it for 10 minutes. Okay, so it come out of the oven, 35 minutes. It should come out clean. Yep, there we go. So we're just going to let this sit here until our topping is ready. You can see it's starting to ball. And we're just going to turn it down to low and cook it for 10 minutes. All right, now this has cooked, and even though mine's on low, it still boiled the whole time. You can see it started to turn a little bit darker. Oh, that's the good flavor. Trust me on that. Give it a good little stir, and we're going to pour it over this hot cake. Warm cake at least, if it's not still hot. Did I tell you this was an easy cake to make? Just spread it around. Now this is going to soak in and give you a delicious, moist cake. And you just let it sit here. Listen, until you just can't take it no more and you have to have some. That's when it's ready to cut. I don't know of no set time. You do want it to sit here and soak in a little bit though. So at least let it cool off enough to where you're not scalding your mouth when you try to eat it. So as soon as this is cooled off enough that we can dig into it, I'm going to show you what the inside looks like, and I'm going to give it a taste. Even though I know it's delicious, I've still got to give it a taste. Okay. So I was talking in my video just spontaneously started over. What I was telling you was I'm doing the video backwards. Instead of doing the intro, I hadn't filmed it yet, and I thought, well, I'm not going to film one. I'm just going to do it backwards. Because I want you to see me telling you how delicious this cake is. It is so moist, and that topping, that bald topping is just sets it off. That's what does it. It has a rich taste to it. If you think about fruit cocktail cake, you're thinking about, I don't know what you might be thinking about, but there's just a deep richness to this cake that is just absolutely delicious. This is my mama's recipe, and I've eaten it my whole life, and who knows how long she made it before I ever come along. So I just wanted to share it with you because I never have. I've shared a lot of remade things, diet friendly, but this is nothing that I see that you could change, nor is it anything that I think you would want to change. So this is MAMAW'S fruit cocktail cake. If you want something good and rich and delicious and different, here you go. Okay, well, I'm not sure what Vlogmas day you're seeing this, but stay tuned, and I'll see you when I see you.